Okay, right, you ready? I think I'm pretty ready.
Let's do it.
It's the National Vintage League Emergency Broadcast. Guess who's back? Back again. The real Slim Shady, Chris and Hugh. Although Chris looks like Arnold Palmer.
Damn alligator took my hand.
Today, what are we doing, Christopher?
We're going to watch the 2006 NFL Draft. We're not going to give anything away. Let's crack on.
Probably because I have no idea what situation the Bucs are in. I know we're 2006, 3 years out of winning a Super Bowl, and it's the start of the dark era for the Buccaneers.
But yeah, we are watching this for the first time, just like you.
So 2006 is the year, off the top of my head, Reggie Bush coming out of USC. You got Matt Leinart, party boy.
Vince Young,
fresh off the Texas Longhorns route of Reggie Bush and USC.
There you go.
And Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart.
2006 NFL Draft. I know nothing, you know nothing.
No, we both know nothing.
And let's do it.
A beautiful day here in New York City.
With the first selection in the 2006 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Mario Williams.
Mario Williams.
Got his jersey.
He was great for a brief period.
He basically holds all of the sack records second to J.J. Watt.
New Orleans Saints on the clock. I think we know who they take here.
Yep, a man that is currently having sex with Kim Kardashian.
Kanye West.
Not currently. Currently, at the time.
And number 2 overall.
Yeah, Kanye West.
Kanye West was selected by the New Orleans Saints. He was a beast.
Yeah, he was.
The Saints. But there was that one hit. Do you remember that one hit by the Eagle? I can't remember who the linebacker was.
Yeah.
But they put him out in the flat and he got drilled.
Absolutely nailed. He was, at this point, I think, USC had already bought his parents a house.
Really?
Well, that's why he's been banned from being in their Ring of Honor, because of the controversies regarding how much money they were secretly giving him and how much money he was making off his name while he was at USC.
Wow. But they've brought him back into the fold now, haven't they? They've changed
since they changed the rules, I think there's petitions to get him, give him his Heisman back. They took his Heisman away. They took his Heisman away.
What? Because they bought him a house?
Because they paid him a shed load of money while he was in college.
Good old Reggie. Look at that. Sitting on a pile of cash, then going to New Orleans, becoming the hero down in the Big Easy.
Broke his leg slipping on the side of the pitch.
Yes, with Adrian Peterson did it at the same place, didn't he?
No, Adrian Peterson broke his leg in FedEx.
Oh, right, FedEx Field, yeah. Who hasn't broken their leg in FedEx Field?
Exactly.
FedEx, planes, trucks, and the shittiest field in the NFL.
That's number 5. We've got Reggie Bush's USC jersey. Reggie Bush, welcome to the fold.
Here we go. Titans on the clock.
He could have been so good. He just didn't care. Like, I remember watching a documentary with him. I think it was coaching after he was in the league. And he was like, yeah, I could have been brilliant, but I just didn't care. But, like, you watch him. I'm going to put it up now. You watch him. It's insane. Just before he runs in, and after he runs in the touchdown to beat USC for the national championship.
In the corner.
He is the most chilled out guy. Look at him. Like, I always watch that and go, how... I would be taking my shirt off and twirling it around my head.
Vince Young scores.
I also... The suits. The suits that they wear. Yeah, like these... Look at the size of that suit.
It's the single-breasted, 5-button down.
Yeah, waistcoat as well. Awful tie.
That's a nice Windsor knot there, I'm not going to lie. Look at that shit hat. Look at the highlights that they're choosing to show. Matt Leinart sitting in the green room.
Matt Leinart's not only not been drafted, he's having to watch when Vince Young absolutely ran his team around. Everyone in the USC was like, we need to stop Vince Young, and they just couldn't.
Literally, the lowest point of that guy's life is being flashed up as a highlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Of his mortal enemy.
During another lowest point of his life. Oh, I didn't get drafted, and here's when I lost the national championship to Vince Young and nobody else. He holds the ball for 2 seconds, then goes, nah, I'm going to run it, and then just runs it in for a touchdown. Oh, he was actually a stalwart offensive lineman for the Jets.
And one of the best first names ever.
Young Adam Schefter, looking like he's trying to return a library book.
Oh, they're going to take A.J. Hawk. This is when A.J. Hawk gets taken by the Packers, I think.
Green Bay Packers select A.J. Hawk.
Smashed it.
A.J. Hawk's a good name as well.
Yeah, it's a great name.
San Francisco 49ers
Vernon.
select
Big B.
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis. These are great picks. Apart from Vince Young.
Was an excellent pick.
Yeah.
Current Redskins tight end, Vernon Davis.
He is old, man.
Yeah.
He is old.
Yeah.
That's 16 years ago.
Yeah. There was a point when Vernon Davis, Alex Smith, and Adrian Peterson were in the lining up on offense. It's like, oh wow, our quarterback, running back, and tight end are over 100 years old combined, and he still plays like that.
He's a wrecking ball.
He is a beast. Was it Vernon Davis's brother or Frank Gore's brother that ended up killing someone with an axe?
Don't know. That is such a mid-2000s haircut. Look at those cornrows, the thin row. There's everything about his head is thin. Thin eyebrows, thin moustache, thin cornrows.
That is a Craig David beard.
Hey, boy. Oh, they took
Dante Whitner. Hitler.
He legally changed his name to Hitler.
Again, that's another good nickname. This is the best nickname.
What situation do you think it was where Dante Whitner walked into the changing room and went, I'm going to change my name to Hitler, and nobody laughed? Everyone just went, yeah, you should do that, Dante. Awful 5 years worth of drafting.
Well,
Backus, Harrington, Charles Rogers, Williams. Roy Williams was hot trash.
The Arizona Cardinals select Matt Leinart, quarterback, USC.
Matt Leinart.
So Denny Green.
Mr. Party Man. No, I want to talk about Matt Leinart because he just partied. That's all he did at USC, and that's all he did at the Cardinals.
That moment right there is when his career peaked.
Absolutely. All he did was go out, fraternize with young girls and drink. He is the definition of high school quarterback.
Oh, yeah. In a teen movie, he'd bully a nerd to death.
He would fit right in Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, exactly.
Trade! Denver is on the clock. Who do the
Denver
Broncos
traded
take?
up.
Cutler.
Acquired by trade,
No.
the St.
So
Louis
it
Rams.
is.
The
Who did
Denver
they take?
Broncos select Jay Cutler.
Smoking Jay Cutler. Cut to all the gifts.
Dear me, no. Look at him!
What?
You traded up for that! He is a man who wears gloves on the bench press. The comparison between Matt Leinart and Jay Cutler. Matt Leinart at least looks in shape.
Yeah, Jay Cutler looks like he should be wearing dungarees off the shoulder with nothing underneath.
Jay Cutler looks like he's been working at Dairy Queen in the off-season. Yeah. Also, what? Can we what? They just put a little bit of string at the end of the 40-yard dash. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and watch that again. This is how low-tech the combine used to be.
I sometimes worry about my physique, and then I see things like this, and I'm fine.
Look. It's just a bit of string.
That is literally like when Forrest Gump's fucking braces fell off his legs.
Run, Forrest! Run away! Hurry! Run, Forrest! Run!
Oh, the Ravens have traded up.
This draft has turned into TRADE-A-PALOOZA.
The Baltimore Ravens select Haloti Ngata.
Oh, it's a good
pick.
That is a good pick.
Ooh.
The Browns
2006.
loading up on picks as they do perennially every draft.
For the Cleveland Browns select Cameron Wembley.
Who?
You know what we were saying about how
Cameron Wembley.
You know how we were saying about how there are some last names that wouldn't be scary if you were an NFL player.
And it's Wembley off the edge.
Broderick Bunkley has dropped out of the top 10. Broderick Bunkley.
Who?
Broderick Bunkley.
You've got to take Broderick Bunkley. If he's there, you take him.
Bunkley.
2006 NFL draft, Philadelphia Eagles select Broderick Bunkley. Defensive tackle, Florida State.
Well, I'm just happy. That was like being part of Broderick Bunkley's family.
Oh, it was great.
We're now moving into the real no-name.
We're getting the meat of it.
The
now.
meat of the draft. You've had your Vince Youngs, Reggie Bushes,
had the people everyone's
and now
talking
you've got
about.
your Broderick Bunkley.
Now we're in Slipsville.
Oh, I'm so chuffed for Broderick that he got drafted. Again, no idea who this guy is. He's no Broderick Bunkley. We should do an entire episode on Broderick Bunkley. That was such a great moment.
The Patriots pick is in.
Patriots clearly didn't have a very good year.
The New England Patriots select Lawrence Maroney.
Lawrence
Great
Maroney
pick.
running back. There's a great video of Lawrence Maroney jumping through a car. Let's stick that up. Lawrence Maroney jumping straight through a car
Durability issues.
because he's jumping through cars.
Same as the Ford Bronco.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Davin Joseph.
Oh, Davin Joseph. Yeah, no, he was great. He was great for us for years. So solid. He was like a Gerald McCoy on the offensive line, like a nice guy, huge guy who just like plugged away for years in Tampa Bay when we were winning nothing. This is 3 years after winning a Super Bowl. We had a couple of good years after that, and then this is just the start of absolute rubbish. Rubbish.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Jonathan Joseph, defensive back,
He was all right for
University of
Bengals.
South Carolina.
No question about it. He couldn't have gone to a better team.
He could have gone to a better team, I think. There are 31 other better teams than the
We
Bengals.
both reacted to that.
The Pittsburgh Steelers select Santonio Holmes, wide receiver from Ohio State.
There is your Super Bowl in the bag.
That is the moment. Flash forward, dragging those toes in the Super Bowl. That's amazing. How important that moment was for the Steelers franchise. Because if he didn't drag those toes, if they didn't select him, he doesn't drag his toes, and they don't win the Super Bowl. Wow, they traded the house for him. 3 picks.
Worth it. I'll take the ring.
Jets select Nick Mangold, center.
Yeah,
Ooh.
wow, that's a great pick at the bottom of the
Nice.
first round. Yeah, where are the Redskins?
The Indianapolis Colts select Joseph Adai.
Joseph Adai, there he is. He runs into the Super Bowl this year, beating the Bears.
Oh, great. So this previous year was the last year to date that the Redskins won a playoff game.
Do the Redskins have a pick in the first round? Giants. The Redskins don't have a pick.
Wait a minute. Did we trade away our first round pick the year before? Possibly.
Probably. Yeah. Kiwanuka, again, great player. He played with Strahan, Umanura. He was a staple of the Super Bowl line. So what are we saying on the Redskins? What's happened to the Redskins?
I'm trying to find out.
Were they in the league at this point?
I don't know. I can't be bothered to look into why the Redskins didn't have a pick in that round.
Great. But there you have it. That is the NFL Draft 2006. This was an emergency broadcast. Stay at home, love your mother, wash your hands, and
Stay alert.
stay
Control the
alert.
virus.
There you go.
With the 14th choice in the 2006 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Broderick Bunkley, defensive tackle, Florida State.
Cut to all the gifts.
For 77. And he is therefore kicked out of the ball game.